It has been a week of people talking about episode 3 of The Last of Us, and now that episode 4 is aired, it's gonna be another week of people talking about episode 3. But since I just work here. Let's talk about episode 4. Episode 4, it's like it's the episode where someone was like, oh, people might be too optimistic for humanity. Like they might not think everyone sucks. No, they need to know that people still suck. Or at the very least, Ellie needs to learn that. I feel like it's every episode. This is the conversation. Hey, can we do this? And Joel's like, no, we can't. Oh, because infected? No. Worse. Humans. I have to give leniency to Ellie though. She grew up in a time where she never worked customer service or retail. She doesn't know how shitty people can get. But this is the episode we figured was coming, which was hurt person in the street, and Joel's like, he ain't even hurt, and tries to drive through him and then firefight. A little disappointed in the firefight. Maybe it's because in a video game a scenario like that draws itself out. Feels like there are more enemies you gotta fight than Joel had to fight in this episode. Numerically, pretty sure there were more than 3 people I had to put down in that scenario. Although I was thinking, dude, we are 4 episodes deep into this show and no one's been bludgeoned to death with a brick. What an iconic Last of Us thing. Why hasn't that happened? This episode would have been a good time for that, but you know, it didn't. It's the thing that happens a lot in this show. Scenarios where, again, it's gameplay based in the game. It's an action game. You're gonna run into a lot of resistance. You do see Joel and Ellie bonding in this episode. You know, as the episodes go on, you see a bit more bonding. This was definitely the episode of bad jokes and puns. Some of them are actually pretty good. I don't care. I was like, Ellie, those are solid dad jokes you're throwing out there. I like it. There's a special place in the echelon of bonding and likability that rests the dad joke. So I can always appreciate it. But you just see Joel when he interacts with Ellie. It's actually a very subtle thing. It's just in the way Pedro Pascal, you know, he has a glance, a look, a reaction shot. You can tell he's a little more like, all right, this kid's all right. I can't tell her that, you know, because I gotta be like hardcore, but yeah, she's cool. I did appreciate the fact, something I noticed in the earlier episode, I was like, there's some trigger discipline going on here. I do appreciate that. When Joel was teaching Ellie, like, all right, because that's what I was thinking. I was like, dude, Ellie snuck a gun. Even when Joel found out about it, he took the gun back. It's going to happen again. And you're living in that world. You might as well teach her. So I was like, all right, hold it like this, finger off the trigger. It seems to be a conscious effort in this show to have trigger discipline, because in a lot of shows and movies, it's all like, hands in the air, hands right now. It's getting itchy. It's all well and good until you accidentally shoot someone. You don't want to do that. Good to know that 2 decades, ass deep into the apocalypse, people are still watching Coleon Noir videos. Still like, oh dude, Hickok 45, you see the new one? Also, before the swift cock of demonetization hits me, this is an airsoft gun, it's not real. YouTube, even then, as an airsoft gun has been broken since the Bush years, so there's that. But aside from the subtleties of the bonding growing between Ellie and Joel, I found it interesting that he passed the buck of blame when it came to the guy dying. He saw Ellie blaming herself and he was like, it's not your fault, it's mine. Makes him a better man than I had have been like, it's not your fault. It's that fucking asshole acting like he's hurt in the middle of the street. I mean, what a dick. That was a total tactic. I know these things. Have you ever done that? How about that weather today? But there's still room for Ellie to blame herself. Joel probably knew that, and he was like, well, it's my fault. Better me than you. Then at the end of the episode, they crash, they sleep in this room, in this building. Joel's putting glass on the ground so no one can sneak up on him. And Sam and Henry sneak up on them. Meaning Sam and Henry goes down a bit differently. That one's neither here nor there. It's totally fine. It's like, oh, either Joel gets jumped when he comes through the window, or they sneak up on them when they're sleeping. Either's fine. It's fine. There's a group of dicks looking for Sam and Henry. Spend a little time with them. I never need that stuff, you know. I'm always like, that's time that could be dedicated to Joel and Ellie. But I totally get in a world where it's not a game, you want to expand the world and make it feel lived in. In the end, this to me was the episode of The Last of Us where I'm starting to feel complacent, you know, the whole mind-blowing, wow, this is actually really well put together. In those first 2 episodes, that's subsiding. I feel like this was a shorter episode than, well, let's see. If only I had a computer in my pocket, which I could check. Oh, is that a computer in your pocket? You happy to see that? Well, that is Last of Us dad joke quality right there. Good job, Jeremy. Yeah, it looks like it was slightly shorter than episode 2, so it's one of the shorter episodes. This is the kind of episode I describe as fine. It's enjoyable. I already like the characters. You don't have to impress me with that, so anytime I get with them, I do appreciate and I have a good time with. But I feel like more should have happened. It's probably because I'm impressed with the 1.5 hour long episodes of The Last of Us. So anything that's not an 1.5 hour, I feel like is just cut short. Very well could be that, and could have gone for some more iconic brain bashing with bricks. But all in all, fine. All right, so The Last of Us episode 4. What did you think about it? Whatever you thought, comment below. Let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.